Hello and welcome to Trailer Loading with Little Red. So Little Red here has had a really aversive history with trailers. Typically he was flagged or chased onto the trailer, so he really wants nothing to do with it. We start from a really calm place. I am using the halter and lead rope as sort of a boundary. I never use it to try and pull him on or drag him onto the trailer. I only cue him forward with our positive reinforcement trained cues, but the halter and lead rope provides me the ability to say, hey, don't go wandering around the rest of this giant 5-acre field. Stay close by me. I also pay close attention to any stress signals or signs that he really wants to leave and that he's getting over threshold. I watch really carefully what his body language is telling me. He clearly does want to come hang out and interact with the treats. I'm offering him a basic hand target where he touches my hand with his nose and he gets a click and a treat. And he's also repeatedly motioning away in different areas. It's clear that he's seeking other forms of reinforcement. He's thinking, well, I want to get that reinforcement, but I don't want to interact with the trailer. So is there anything else around here that I could do that would be reinforcing without having to go on this trailer? Right in here, he finally makes the decision to take a step onto the trailer. I heavily reinforce it, and there's no punishment for backing off. In the past, I know the trailer has been a place where he feels trapped, so the last thing I want to do is make him feel like any steps forward are going to trap him on the trailer. So he can come forward and get his reinforcement. Right away, he steps off and tries to leave. That's totally fine. I use gentle pressure on the lead rope just to remind him to stay close, not to wander all the way away. And then I immediately offer another hand target so that he has the option to come back onto the trailer. You can see here he's kind of thinking about it. He's annoyed by the flies. He's motioning away from the trailer, saying, hey, what if we just leave and go do something else? He looks over at my camera woman saying, hey, can you give me treats instead? And then finally he comes back to me and I'm giving him a clear signal that he can come get some treats, but he's trying to decide if it's worthwhile. His body language is so clear here. He's looking away. He's like pointing his face away saying, hey, let's go do something else. But I remain on the trailer with the treats, and so eventually he comes around and he puts both front feet on again. This time he doesn't back off immediately, so I give him another click and treat right away just for hanging out. And I think I make a comment and you can see he's almost surprised. He's like, what? I get a treat just for standing here? Because that's important, not just getting on the trailer, but also just being calm and having this be a slow and stationary behavior. I reinforce anything from standing still to taking a step forward, and when he takes a step back, I reassure him that he's still a good boy and that was really, really good. I don't want him to feel like he's going to get punished or get in trouble for backing off the trailer, because I know that that's happened in the past, and I don't want anything about this to make him anxious or feel any uneasy. I tell him he's a really good boy, and I think we were about done, so we go ahead and go inside and we do some clicker training inside just to break up our session a little bit so that he's not stuck by the trailer the whole time. He did really, really well, and he was in a pretty good mood, still super calm and engaged, so I went ahead and decided to reapproach the trailer now that we had given it a bit of a break, and with that first round of positivity still in his brain. Right away, you can see that he's a little more engaged with the trailer, and as soon as I cue him to start to walk on, he just hops all the way in. I was super, super pleased with this progress. Right away, he felt safe and he trusted that he could come in the trailer. I fast forward here because this is just me cueing him to stand. There was a bucket in there that I kept putting handfuls of treats in. After he stood for about a minute or so, I asked him to turn around slowly. I click and treat as soon as he's turned around. I don't want him to learn to turn and bolt off the trailer, so I click and treat a stationary behavior, and then we make our way down. As soon as he's down off the ramp, I also give him another click and treat for a stationary behavior so he gets in the habit of stopping once he's off.